Tennessee for the next couple of days. We're mostly clear this morning. There is the potential for some patchy frost up into the higher elevations, freeze warnings for areas shaded in this dark blue, and then we get a little bit further to our south, and we're still highlighting some of those dry conditions that we're seeing across the southeast. With that being said, there is an elevated fire risk that is primarily to our west. This includes parts of Memphis, but here locally, folks, even though we may not necessarily have that elevated fire concern per se over our area, I would still be extra cautious with any burning. Make sure that there are no burn restrictions across your region. We do have, again, a little bit more of an unsettled weather pattern surrounding us here across East Tennessee, so a few scattered showers not out of the question. Most areas here locally will remain dry up until the weekend, but the weekend looks promising. I hate to say that it's happening on a weekend, but we really will benefit from some of this moisture as we put your future cast into motion. Here's a look at our long range model. So here's Friday going into your Saturday. You notice that we see the potential for some rain. This could carry on even into your Saturday afternoon. And although it's going to be a relatively dry end to the work week, we are watching rain chances increasing into the weekend. We'll continue to break down the time. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your Tuesdays. We give you a glimpse of your bus stop weather. We're looking at a sunrise this morning, 6:44. So for kiddos who are heading outside this morning, place this morning with a little bit of cloud cover to our north and off to our west. We may see a few fair weather clouds try to pass their way into the region, but nothing that's going to be again, too detrimental to any of your outdoor plans. Frost advisories, freeze warnings. This could be a little bit more of an issue for some areas just outside of our viewing area, especially as we're now kind of getting into the spring growing season. Elevated fire risk remains off to our west, including parts of Memphis. But with that being said, folks, we still have very dry soil conditions. The wind's not too much of an issue today, but I would highly suggest making sure that you check with your local authorities before you do plan on any burning. A few spotty showers outside of our viewing area. Not going to see much in the form of precipitation, as it is going to be a fairly dry forecast all the way through the end of the week until the weekend. The weekend, the light is at the end of the tunnel, folks, where we do have rain showers that'll be sliding into our region. This is going to start as early as we go into your Saturday. So here's a glimpse of your Friday. Friday will remain relatively dry. Saturday we'll continue to see some scattered showers pushing into the region Saturday morning and as we go into your Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday looks to be fairly dry for the most part. So we should have some nice conditions if you have any outdoor plans. Monday, more rain moving back into the region, which 3 days in a row of rain chances, you really can't beat it. I know that it's happening on. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. As you head outside, we're going to continue to see temperatures warming up into the 70s and 80s as we head throughout the end of the work week. So finally getting to be above average after 2 days of below average temperatures, and we'll have more sunshine in place. Not much happening here across the southeast. We do have some of those freeze warnings and those frost advisories that have remained really since yesterday. And then we're looking to our south into parts of Atlanta where those special weather statements are in place because of such dry conditions. Thankfully, the wind is not going to be as much of an issue for us, so we do not have an elevated fire risk, which is in place. But with that being said, I would still check with local authorities if there's any burn restrictions or burn bans in your area, so just make sure you're being extra cautious. There's a couple different disturbances that are going to be sliding outside of our viewing area that could potentially bring in some precipitation, but overall, our rain chances here are relatively low up until the weekend. I know timing-wise, it's not ideal to see rain into the weekend, but that is going to be our next possibility for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll continue to break down your extended forecast, talk more in detail about these rain chances, and also what you can expect as we get ever closer to the start of May.